Hi, my loves. Hi, my loves. You're right. My shirt does say resist. There's that. Thank you, Smokey the Bear. Okay. Forever and always. Motherfucking resist. Okay. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Sarah Martucci. I'm a psychic medium, certified crystal healer, paranormal investigator. Guys, I love Sasquatch. I love Smokey the Bear. I love Guy Fieri. I love Jack Black. Are you guys starting to see a theme? Because I think I am. Okay. uh, these are the creatures and people I love. That's the energy I get down with. Okay. Just some of the energy I get down with. If you guys have never been here before, I'm a little silly. I'm a little goofy. I don't take myself seriously, but I take the work that I do very seriously. And so this is where I talk about the astrology of the week. Then I move into pulling you piles of cards and just reading you for fucking filth. All right. We usually go in 3 categories. We talk about love and relationships in the card pile pulls. Okay. We talk about love and relationships first, career, work, finance, and then finally health and healing of some sort. And then if I got enough time or if I remember, I'll throw in something like macro about the world that might also reflect back to, you know, the cards that you're getting that week too. So how do we deal with the energy, the bullshit energy that's at play? And that what is going on in the fucking US right now. Because when y'all start deporting little children that are US citizens, first it was autism. Now it's little children. Like, y'all, we need to stand up. We need to fight this. I think at this point, you guys know to call your reps. You know to go out and protest in any fucking way that you fucking can. Do not sit down. Do not let this go lightly. Motherfucking resist. Okay? Okay. All right. Just throwing that out there. All right, you guys. If you guys are down with that, get down. Hopefully that gives you a just kind of a sampling here. Who I am, what I'm about. I'm kind of weird. I'm fun, but let's talk about the important things too, okay? So with that being said, let's get into the fucking astrofuckery, all right? Guys, this week we got some interesting shit coming up. I really kind of just want to reflect with you guys. You know, last week, how on Sunday that we had that new moon in Taurus, y'all. We were planting new seeds. Do you know what I mean? There was something here about like what we value, what the fuck we give a fuck about. What are we ready to invest in? So if you guys saw that card pull I dropped yesterday for the new moon, that kind of gave those themes. We got the Ace of Pentacles. That was the feeling I had around it. So even if there's been incredible difficulty in your life, there's something brand new that's starting here, it feels like, you know, with that new moon. And like, what are we ready to invest in? What are we ready to put that time into? You know, something difficult probably came up. Mars and Pluto have been duking it out in the fucking sky, especially last week. My God. And that energy absolutely lent itself to the new moon. I don't know about you guys, but my God, between the retrogrades that we just got out of in this new moon, listen, I'm going to share a little bit about what's been going on for, you know, with me and a little bit about my chart. I also, at the same time, if you guys are a little advanced in astrology, I've got Mars moving through my 12th house right now. Okay. Mars going through the 12th house, or Mars natally in the 12th house. If you have this in your chart, you were born with it, then you'll fucking get it. Okay. But it is notorious for bringing up people that are backstabbers, that actually don't have your back. Like, it's wild because like, you would think that it would add a lot of anger to the scene, but it doesn't. I've had, as I think 3 or 4 people pop up over these retrogrades in this new moon, where it's just like, I found that they were saying heinous things about me. Doing heinous things to the people that I fucking love. People that I considered friends, that I thought were friends, that I trusted. Just wild shit coming up. But I'm not like, there's this part of me that's like, okay, this is bullshit and this can't stand, right? Like, these are my boundaries, hell to the nah. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, Mars moving through that 12th house right now. Just kind of feels as though like, maybe the karma is coming for you. I don't have to do a goddamn thing. So just being aware, adding that to my awareness, adding that to my, my intuition bank, not the betrayal, but the, okay, go back to the first time that you talked with this person. What was your initial feeling? Did you trust that babe? And out of all these people, I didn't. I have a tendency to try to, well, it was a lot of my upbringing and a lot of my trauma, but like in order to survive, fawn on people, take care of them, show up for them, give everything of myself. That's how I become useful. And hopefully I won't get discarded. Do you know what I'm saying? And so with this Mars going through the 12th house and bringing up these people that, you know, are saying wild shit or portray, like one of these people actually said I wasn't a medium. Shit that I've worked so hard in my life to not only sit down and face around myself and deal with my own confidence issues, but that like I've worked over the last almost 15 years that I've been doing this work, you guys, like professionally, just professionally. It's been since 2013, you know, that I've been out professional. So everything that I've had to do to build that confidence, to trust in myself, trust in spirit, it was also a good reflection in that way. Like some of the feedback that I was getting around some of these people, you know, was just like, oh no, fuck you. Do you know what I mean? No, fuck you. So I just think that because I know myself now, I know myself. And so with Mars moving through that 12th house for me, it was just, and wherever the fuck you guys have been having difficulty in your life, just may you take this too. Know yourself so well that even if somebody comes along with some absolute bullshit and fuckery, that you can say, hell to the no. Hey, hell to the no. I know who the fuck I am. And you may have your opinions, you may have your feelings on it. You're welcome to those. But I know who the fuck I am. And your opinion can not only not sway me, but it's actually made me dig my heels in deeper about who the fuck I know myself to be. So also to all this bullshit that came up, and I'm sure there was bullshit that came up for you between the retrogrades and this new moon. Okay. If you didn't, then say, God bless, keep your head down and don't look at any of us in the eyes. Do you hear us right now? I don't want to hear it, okay? Because this has been fucking wild. This has been wild. This has been a wild ride. I think for most of you guys, it has been too. So just may you guys hear that, know yourself so fucking well that if anything or anybody comes towards you, moves fucking sideways, right? With that Mars being in Cancer, now moving into Leo, things coming to light, okay? Ooh. May you know yourself so well so that no matter what way anybody moves, you know exactly how the fuck to move last. Okay? Okay. Remember too, no is a whole fucking sentence this week. All right? Especially if things are still maybe coming to light. Maybe we're trying to figure out what we're doing, you know, with Mars here in the mix too, what action that we're taking around those things that we're investing with that new moon in Taurus. Also know too, this week, we got some wild shit going down. Like always, I swear to God, every fucking week, right? But we've also got, I think Venus and Pluto are going to be in the mix too. Venus is going to be moving back into Aries. Thank goodness. Even though it's in its detriment there. I really feel like Venus and Aries is like, get up and move your ass. Get up and move your fucking ass. Let's motherfucking go, baby. Okay. Literally titty shake to the bank. Okay. With a knife and maybe a knife coming out of the nips, all right? I mean, like, don't get in my fucking way, okay? Supposedly, Venus is in detriment in Aries. Fair, okay? Its sister sign Libra is who really shines here with Venus. She wants peace. She wants chill. Come feed her some grapes and fan her, babe. Tell her how gorgeous she is, okay? That's what Venus is into. She also rules. Listen, if she's ruled or like she's in her most beautiful space or really like Libra is who rules the nest here with Venus, there's also going to be themes of justice. So if you don't think that sister sign, you know, Aries isn't about justice, have you all fucking met me? You know what I'm saying? And like the things that I find so important, that I find morally that we need to sit down and face, like this bullshit we're dealing with, the Nazi regime that's going on in the fucking US right now. This is insane. So like, I'm going to stand up. I'm going to speak about it. I'm going to wear my fucking t-shirts, my Leo rising. Okay. I don't have Venus in Aries, but like my sun is there. Okay. So I understand these themes of like justice, what's right and what's wrong. Like, and especially with Aries, Venus being in Aries here, we're going to be looking at the personal ways in which people have overstepped our boundaries. They've done an injustice to us, or maybe the people that we fucking love and care about. Because if you know anything about an Aries, they're going to protect their home and their people who they consider theirs. They are ride or die, heavy on the die. Not for them, for the other people fucking around, because they will fucking find out. Okay, legit. So I think this Venus, you know, moving back into Aries is going to give us some kind of impetus to start moving on our dreams, what the fuck we're investing in, what we value, because Venus talks about that too. What's the justice of the situation, babe? Okay. I think also too, this sign, like Aries and Venus, doesn't care about being by themselves. They don't give a fuck. Okay. So like, it just reminds me very much of like Nine of Pentacles energy. If you guys know that card, like this is the Gilded Lady. You know, this is the woman that like doesn't need no man, doesn't need nobody. Like, unless it's like the people that I care about and the resources that I need, my supporting group here, right? But like really the Nine of Pentacles, like we built something here, brick by brick. Like we really took our time with something and we put our patience, time, energy, effort, and farts into it. You know what I mean? And so like, I can do this myself. Venus and Aries knows that very fucking well. And they're not going to settle for somebody that is subpar. You're either getting both ass cheeks because we're not doing half-assed. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just think it's really interesting with Neptune already being in Aries. This is going to come into a conjunction this week. I think it's going to be on Wednesday or Thursday, depending on where the fuck you live. This conjunction, Neptune and Aries, like I haven't really gotten too balls deep into it yet with you guys, but Neptune and Aries is like very spiritual warrior. To me, this could talk about a couple different things, but at least on the positive end here, this could be like a spiritual warrior. Somebody that knows and just like understands, somebody that like intuitively is, at least at this point, really starting to trust themselves. And I think let things flow naturally. Aries is very much about authenticity. I really feel like Aries and Aquarius are like so fucking hard on that shit. And I think that you find a lot of times with Aries and Aquarius is, if we're getting in a negative sense, we're finding some of the most inauthentic people. You can find that in any of the signs, right? But I just think those two signs are so heavy on it for me, like the authenticity. Anybody that's ruled by Uranus. Okay, number one. Also Aquarius here. But also just Aries, that authenticity. I would say secondary place to Leos as well, okay? But there's something here, which is the sister sign to Aquarius. There's something here about just really being authentic to oneself and honoring oneself. And I think in Aries, also the wild part of oneself. So this conjunction coming up this week is going to have us kind of like, where are we ready to take action? Where are we ready to go back down to the base barefoot? Who the fuck am I? And am I ready to stand 10 toes down, including my 10 fingers on it? Okay. So this just feels like maybe we're committing to a cause. We're committing to something here, ride or die. That's really important to us. Maybe there's a spiritual element to that this week around what the fuck we value, or that we understand that like, I need both my wildness, my independence, my authenticity, you know, but I also need somebody that is reciprocal here, you know, in that dream. Do we have the same dream? Are we going after the same goals? Like fucking hardcore style. This is not fucking around, but this is very much finding out. Okay. This energy this week. I would also say to be careful of some of the delusions and the delusional people and some of the negative sense, because this could also be terrible fucking men. Neptune and Aries. Okay. These delusional, because Mars usually represents the masculine here. Doesn't always have to. Okay. But for the most part, it can be just delusional fucking men saying wild fucking shit. Maybe thinking that they're sent from God. Oh, baby, what? Okay. So we might be having some of that this week, or getting some of that from some of our masculine counterparts, or some of the more masculine people in our lives. Okay. And so there does need to be a reality check whenever Neptune's in here. But I think, and I would like to hope that because of the retrogrades and Venus kind of like conjuncting here with Neptune, like this is a wake-up call, hopefully, to maybe the dream, some kind of dream that's been sold to us as well. And that we're ready to make our own dream. And maybe we do this for everybody, not just the billionaire class. Okay? Okay. I don't need to go any deeper into that, or I'll just start raging Cajun. Okay? We don't fucking need it. And I think you guys know how the fuck I feel. So protect our children this week, please. It's literally our fucking future. And the children deserve a fucking fighting chance in this world. Maybe we didn't get it personally. Maybe a lot of us have. And I feel like if you're drawn towards me, there might be some trauma in your past. There definitely probably is. You know, I deal with a lot of those themes. I've got that in my past too. So Protect the children, protect the innocent this week. Take this calling from Aries being in both Venus and Neptune here and let it call you towards, let spirit guide you here towards something that really speaks to your true inner heart around protecting, looking out for other people, standing up for the underdog, which is Aries is known for, not being delusional about this, but also adding in that like, what the fuck would God want here? Jesus left us some words. Let's go reference that real quick. What the F did Jesus say, right? Certainly didn't say deport 2-year-olds. There's that. Good luck to the people still defending this shit, because how the fuck are you supposed to face Jesus at the end of this? Question marks. There's that. Yay. So guys, let me know how the fuck, you know, this new moon has been for you. What the fuck has come to the surface for you, especially after these retrogrades? Like, what are you ready to take action on? What are you ready to invest in? And my God, may you be at the top of that fucking list. Please, babe. Okay? And just know whatever the fuck shows up this week, not only do you got this, also too, Pluto's going retrograde on Sunday. We'll talk about that. It's not as big a deal as everybody freaks out about, okay? Just on the week that it goes retrograde, or like the time frame around that is a little funk nasty, but we'll get to it. Okay. This week, take a deep breath. What the fuck are you fighting for? What are you dedicated to? What are you ready to ride or die for? And can we also maybe add in a special element of spirituality here that involves everyone the way that it fucking should be? How about that? All right, a girl can dream. If you guys are ready for it, let's move it to the next screen, okay? We're going to pull 3 piles of cards. You choose any and all that you're drawn towards. Let me know if it resonated for you. Middle fingers for no, call for yes. I love you guys. All right, see you in a sec. Hi, card pile number 1. Let's talk about your crazy fucking cards. First of all, I want to tell you guys I'm working with a new deck this week. I fucking love this deck. It's awesome. It's called the Moon Witch. It's the Moon Witch Tarot cards by Cosmic Valeria. I think I've never heard of that. I got gifted this deck. I fucking love it. The imagery is beautiful, great. It's all the ladies under the moon. Fucking right. Okay. So if you guys dig it, go get you some, okay? That's a cool ass name, Cosmic. All right, there's that. All right, so you guys, these are your 2 cards you got this week. Your first one is the 2 of Wands. Baby, where your undies at, honey? Where your undies at? And then your second card is a major arcana card. Talk about major change, major evolution, major movement forward. Hold on to your panties. Y'all got death. All right. Ooh, my God. Let's fucking talk about it. Everything's going to be okay. You hear me? All right, y'all. Interesting. So whenever wands show up, let's start with the 2 of Wands first. Whenever wands show up, this is going to talk about our energy, our passion, our power. This is asking us to take action on something anytime fire comes up. We also might be dealing with the fire signs. I'm looking at my Aries, my Leo, my Sagittarius, okay? The 2 of Wands is one of the few action cards here that tell you to sit on your fucking hands, okay? At least that's one of my messages here whenever the 2 of Wands comes up. But we're kind of sitting down, we're looking at our options. Also, too, with the number 2 here, this is going to talk about partnerships. This is about working, you know, in cahoots with others. Maybe even being a good partner to ourselves, maybe having to make a choice. I just think the 2s here really kind of, they give us a choice. We're at a crossroads, right? And so which way are we going to choose? If we got 2 things in front of us, what do we actually want? And so again, whenever fire shows up here, it's asking us to take action around that. It's also asking us, I think fire asked us, like, what are we manifesting? Okay. So it's asking us to be conscious, to be present, to be here so that the actions we take are actually aligned with what the fuck we actually want. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Okay. Holy Jesus. So yeah, the 2 of Wands here. Also, I'm sorry, the number 2 can also stand for the 2nd of a month, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 years. Fire moves the quickest. I'm looking days to weeks at the most. But also with the number 2 here, I'm going to reference back to the months. I see these like the months. So the number 2, I'm looking at February, babe. So maybe we've been having to make a choice since February. Maybe February or the 2nd of a month, or maybe 2 days ago brought some kind of choice, you know, to our desk that we had to sit down and look at. Maybe something that we know we need to take action on, but we feel like maybe there's a sense of urgency, but at the same time, what action are we taking around it? Okay. So yeah, and if you guys can see here, look, man, she's not even paying attention to us. She's so busy, consumed with this thing. But look, she's got one of the rods there. So there is something here that we're looking towards. There is something here that we would like to choose, but maybe we've got a couple options here. We're not really sure what to go with, okay? Now, let's talk about death, because holy Jesus, okay? Death here is a major arcana card talking about like major life events coming up in your life. This is not mundane every day like the Two of Wands, because making a choice happens every day, doesn't it, right? But death doesn't happen every day. Oh my God. Yeah. Well, I guess yes it does, but in our personal lives, maybe we're not in the way that this card is talking about. This is huge. This is massive. There really is something that we have to look at and we have to deal with. Now, remember too that whenever death shows up, it doesn't necessarily just speak about death. This is literally the cycles of life. And so there's something about death, birth, and rebirth here. Okay, this card is heavily influenced by the sign of Scorpio. So we might also be dealing with people and themes this week around the fire signs around Scorpio. Side note, all right? Also too, death stands for the number 13. So look for these themes to come up around the 13th of a month. But also 1 + 3 = 4. I'm going to reference April. I'm looking at the month that we're in. Okay. Again though, death though, I love on this deck, she says witches rise up. I'm like, oh, I fucking love that. Yay. So it might feel like there's a call here today, or that maybe, whenever this card shows up, at least in this deck, the feeling is like maybe something died, but there was like, or something terrible has really happened here that took something away, right? There's been a death of some sort, but it's made us rise up in some type of way, or it's like some kind of awareness is coming up in us where we're like, guess what? Witches rise up, time to take action. What are we taking action on? What are we getting maybe the rebirth or the birth on here? What the fuck has died? Are we ready to let go of that thing and rise up here in a way that like maybe starting a new cycle? And especially with the twos here, connected with the Two of Wands, this is the beginning of something, okay? So I kind of like that rebirth feeling here with the, card pull number 1. We're looking at our choices. There's a rebirth coming up. What the fuck are we choosing? We better be paying attention this time. There's that. All right. If we were looking for a yes or no this week, to me, this would be a yes if we talked about those themes. Like, if you're ready to sit down and like really make a clear choice on what you want, being honest with yourself around where your passion, your power, where you want to take action. Why do I want to say, even though there's no even though there's no swords here, I want to say to you guys, what are you researching right now? What are you researching the most? Like, maybe you should follow that path. Is that a weird thing to say to some of you guys? Again, I know that there was no swords here, but that's just, I don't know, that's what the fuck it feels like. What are you researching the most? Maybe you should pull that fucking thread, babe. Side note. But yes, this feels like a yes this week around sitting down. I'm ready to look at maybe a new chapter, a new beginning here, while also letting go or taking some nugget of gold, maybe from the past here, that helped me learn or understand something around partnerships, around myself, around making choices. There's that. Yay. All right. Let's look at friendship, love, farting, and loyalty. All right. So love and relationships of all kinds this week. Woo. Maybe here for some of you guys, we've had a couple deaths with some friendships here, maybe up to 2 friendships. Maybe this could even be relationships and what we're looking at. This can have a feeling here that I'm choosing between 2 people, but honestly, there's a feeling here that it's already died with one person and I'm choosing another. But maybe I feel like at a weird space that it feels weird, like I don't know how to move forward, okay? So I just want to say to you this week, if that resonates, sit still for a second. Okay, because we really need to ask ourselves, because I want to say for some of you guys, is it really dead? Especially if you keep welcoming this person back in, or you keep sleeping with them, or like, is it really dead? Like, so side note, okay, with that, are you also really being honest with yourself about the way that you feel? For real, okay? And listen, with this girl with no panties on, we've been up to some activities for some of y'all, okay? It just feels as though, I think also too, this nakedness here is a call here to be honest and vulnerable with ourselves about what the fuck we want, okay? So really sitting down and looking at the options of what we have in front of us. There's like literally two different paths that we could fucking take here. So we really do need to take our time, think about this clearly. And we don't take this lightly, especially with death involved, because there is some kind of grief here that's going to happen when we let one person or one thing or one situation go and we're choosing another. Making a choice can sometimes be incredibly, it almost reminds me of the 8 of Cups, okay? Where it's like, I know I've got to move on from this thing that I've invested so much in. But at the same time, I need to move towards my happiness and my joy. And it's just not here right now. Okay. So it doesn't mean that we can't return back to something or to someone. But I think with the death card here, we're ready to close a chapter and start a new one. That's what it really feels like to me. And so let's make sure that we're choosing the right players. After everything that we've learned, after all the retrogrades, after everything we fucking been through, is this genuinely what we want? Or are we repeating a motherfucking pattern? Were we awake and were we aware to what the fuck went down here? Okay. Remembering too, the next card after the 2 of Wands is the 3 of Wands, babe. That's working with others towards a goal. Okay. So again here, maybe some of the other interpretations for love and relationships, family, friendships, all that stuff. Maybe you and another family member here are having to deal with or are talking about the possibility here of somebody within the family passing away. And so what are we doing? There might even be question marks around a home. If you see those 2 pyramids there in the distance on the 2 of Wands, okay? So there might be questions around home, maybe 2 home spaces, maybe obstacles around that. What are we doing here? What are we choosing? Are we putting this person in a facility? Are we letting them be home? Like, what are our choices here? And is this really the best one? And especially supporting, or we know what the fuck is coming up here with the possibility here of death being involved in its actual sense of somebody passing. Maybe also too, we're dealing with and splitting up something after somebody did pass. And so maybe we're sitting down and making sure that things are distributed equally with the fire signs here. Maybe we're also making sure it's done well, it's done correct. It just feels like with the death card, something here is final or something here is finalizing. And we need to make the right choices for that. And maybe for the other people involved. It's not just about us when 2s are involved. Okay. And so what am I doing here in this partnership? What am I doing here for the other person? Like, this very much feels as though I've got multiple options in front of me. And it just feels like death is pushing this in some kind of way around relationships this week too. Maybe this can even talk about grief for some of you guys, that a lot of in my choosing of partnerships, I allow grief to kind of guide me here. And so just a gentle reminder, don't let grief guide you, crazy pants. The whole point of the grief is to understand and face the loss here that we've had around a person, place, or thing, to recognize how much we cared about this, okay? Maybe in the grief, maybe we're trying to find somebody that was like a partner that we had. But it just feels like with the death card here, this is a call here to begin again, to renew, to start something fresh. Something has died and we need to let it go in a sense. And so we deserve something brand new here. We deserve new life, okay? Some new reinvigoration. Maybe for some of you guys too, we're choosing, again, like I've said a couple times, we're choosing between 2 people. This just feels as though maybe 2 lifetimes, 2 timelines. It just feels like between 2 people, 2 situations, maybe even 2 families, okay? With the 2 of Wands here. But something, we got to let something go. Something here can't follow us into that next. And it kind of feels as though we already have a feeling what that is. She's only holding on to one of them sticks, babe. Okay. They both have growth on them though. So this really comes down to, I think like they're both good opportunities in their own right. What am I drawn towards? What am I passionate about? Where's my desire or my power, or who can I really manifest with here? Who actually is on the same wavelength, who's maybe seeing things from the same point of view? Who else is here on the balcony with her looking out? Okay. But I do feel like this is kind of just asking for a moment to really kind of sit down and ask yourself, what the fuck do I want around these partnerships, around these relationships? Am I working towards helping another person maybe close out a chapter and start a new one here? Am I doing that for myself? Am I making sure the partners along this fucking yellow brick road, okay, making sure that everybody's on board and they actually are for me? Maybe for a lot of you guys too, there has been a loss of up to 2 people. So really just kind of deciding right now, where am I going? What am I doing after everything that I've learned? And I need to make sure that this next choice is like really on par with what I want in my soul and where the fire is coming from with me. I also find with fire, this is very spirit-led, spirit-fed. Okay? So spirit's talking to you, babe. What are they saying? And especially extra points if we have somebody that just passed away and we're trying to communicate with them and look for the signs and all that stuff. Ask them, show me a yes sign, show me a no sign, so I know what the fuck you're saying, okay? So I know what the fuck you're saying. Help me to make a choice here, even working with spirit to help me make a choice. Y'all, are you fucking kidding me? I do that before I find a new doctor. I do that before I go find new anything. I ask my loved ones in spirit that I love and that I trusted when we were here physically, like, please guide me, because I know you had good discernment. Help me with mine. Help me to continually refine mine and to see something clearly. And if you guys listen to the Astrofuckery, if you don't think my loved ones in spirit weren't involved, the craziness coming up, I asked to know. So, also, too, be careful what we ask for this week. Something's going to come fucking true, babe. And so are you really sure that's what you really fucking want when the fuck we're choosing here, okay? What here is going to give me that rebirth? What here is going to help me rise up from the ashes of something? This is what we need with fire energy. Phoenix, baby, all the fucking way, okay? Also, last thing I'll say around love and relationships and all that stuff is that maybe somebody from the past is coming back. We thought something was dead. Or maybe one of the choices is somebody coming from the past that we thought was dead. Now we got two choices in front of us. You really into zombie love? You're into zombies? Listen, no hate if you are, okay? But if you're not into necrophilia, please go in with the new. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. There's that. All right. If we're looking around work and career and finances here, y'all are making choices this week hard. Again, for some of you guys, we've got two options around work. Maybe some of you guys we got two jobs and we realize like this ain't working, okay? We deserve something more, or what here is a dead end and what is giving me life and going towards the thing that's giving me life, because the dead ends have got to fucking go. Your hair, the fucking job, the bullshit, okay? Let the ends go. The split ends go, okay? Extra points if you want to be a hairdresser, all right? This just feels like here this week with the Two of Wands and Death, we've got choices to make, and like we're dying here, just sitting here thinking about it. So we need to make a choice. Where the fuck do we feel pulled to be? Where is energy and fire asking us to stand, rise up, and make a fucking choice and do the right thing here? Also, for some of you guys, maybe we're thinking about traveling or moving abroad. I think that's on everybody's mind right now, okay? I know this is in career, work, and finance, but if you guys are worried about finding a job in another place, I really think that you'll be okay. Extra points if you guys are thinking about going to like Egypt or the Middle East or Arizona or Australia. There's something here with a lot of sand, okay? A possible desert-like atmosphere, arid. There's something here going on with, we're looking at places to move. There's obstacles, but like the possibility of home here too, okay? Maybe where we're at feels like death and like nothing can grow here. So I just want to say for some of you guys this week in terms of work, career, and finances, we're really looking at our options and we're thinking about the wider world possibly too. Something here has died where I'm at, either within a workspace or where I'm living, and like, I've got to move on. I've got to move on. And or I think for some of us this week, we're wondering, do we leave or do we stay and fight? There's that. Okay. You've got to make that decision. But with the Two of Wands, I would also say too, make sure that you're talking with somebody. If you're reflecting this back to somebody, this is somebody that sees your possibilities, that wants you to go far and to do things and go outside of your comfort zone. That's going to support you in doing big fucking BDE, big dick energy shit. Yay! For real though, with fire involved, because that is go big or go home. Have you met an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius? For real, be totally for real. Okay. So this is about going outside of your comfort zone. If we're in a place that is stagnant, we're going to feel dead and dying. Maybe for some of you guys, there's just like a lot of trauma and bullshit. And like, I really feel as though I'd be able to heal, do my best work, live my best life somewhere else. I had that experience going to Oregon. It changed my life. I came back with a child after they told me I couldn't have kids. Okay? So just side note, sometimes traveling here, sometimes especially with Sagittarius in the mix, or if you are a Sagittarius, holy Jesus, or you've got important Sagittarius placements, baby, you need to travel. You need to open up and widen your horizons, okay? Maybe even learning a new language here will help us with the work that we're doing, because knowing one language ain't enough. We need two of something here, okay? Or we need to start building something here. This is important, especially around our partnerships. Something has died here with one of these partnerships. Am I ready to let that go so something new can be reborn? Working with new people, places, and spaces, you motherfucking got this. Same thing with our finances. Something here has got to go. Maybe for some of you guys, especially if you are a woman or you identify as feminine or female, with the Two of Wands here, maybe you're deciding to take over the finances. I think that this is really great. I think that you're going to be pointing y'all in a new direction. Maybe because you better understand the needs and wants of the family, babe. Okay? So I do feel like something's coming up here work-wise that something's got to go. We got to go with the fucking flow. Okay? We need to rise up around what it is the fuck that we want and take action on that, because you already know in your heart what the fuck you want to do. Maybe a lot of this too is giving yourself permission, my darling, my love. Okay? Do the fucking thing. Give yourself permission. Okay? Please, especially if you want to start your own business. It's just not working for anybody else. Like maybe we are finally choosing ourselves and working for ourselves. Fucking get it, babe. Get it, babe. Okay? Now around health and healing. Holy tits. I think we're at an important juncture for a lot of us around our health and healing. We understand that if we continue a certain line of doing things, death is inevitable. Death is inevitable either way, but it's speeding towards us one way, okay? And so it feels like for a lot of you guys choosing card pile number 1, maybe we're at a crossroads within our health and healing. We know if I keep going down this avenue, especially with wands and fire, I've been screaming at y'all for weeks to quit smoking cigarettes, okay? So somebody here is still doing that shit. You've heard the warnings, okay? All I can do is warn you. It's up to you whether or not you take action around it. But you got to know, like, there's certain things that you're doing here that are going to lead to your early death. Do you really fucking want that? I feel like for some of you guys, you can literally fucking see it. Some of you guys don't want to face it. Some of you guys have been running away with it with a little hiney face in the eyes, okay? You're just mooning us saying, fuck you. This is what I'm thinking about, mooning you. Woo. I also want to say for some of you guys this week, some of you guys are thinking about growing out your hair. They have me really highlight on her hair this week. Do it. Who fucking cares? So if you want your hair long and you want to try, fucking do the thing, okay? But there's something here we need to add to, or maybe our hair is a side note of some of the health issues that are going on. We'd like a healthier, better hair. Baby, choose the avenue that has the good collagen, that you're taking good fish oil, that you've got a good prenatal that you're abusing like normal women. Okay? Please don't do that. Please don't. That's not good health advice. Okay? That's not good health advice. I'm making jokes. I'm just saying there's something here about wanting to maybe feel more youthful. Even though we know like we're at a like weird crossroads, maybe we're in our 40s like me. Okay. Just turned 42. And it's like, yes, I still want to keep that youthful glow. I want that youthfulness about myself. How do I take care of my skin? How do I take a better care of myself? I'm going to be honest with you guys. And I think some of y'all need to get on Black TikTok. I really fucking mean that, especially in terms of like taking care of your body, taking care of your hair, because for a lot of us, white women, we were not taught how to do any of those things, how to wash ourselves with a fucking washcloth. Okay. There's a lot we need to catch up on. So if you find that you're a white lady like me, okay, looking for better ways to take better care of her body and her health, Black TikTok is an incredible place and space. They've taught me so much. Hopefully I'll be able to do, maybe if you guys are into that and you're fucking down for it, leave me a message at the bottom here. Okay. Write me a little something in the comments and I'll give you some of my favorite creators. I have like a whole list of them. I just thinking off the top of my head, forgive me. Let me know and I'll put it in the comments. Okay. Who I recommend, who's been teaching me stuff. Cause that's really fucking important. Okay. Okay. Also too, around, health and healing this week. Some of y'all just need to fucking let go of your religious trauma to the best of your ability and just admit that you're a fucking witch. I really fucking mean that. Some of you guys just need to admit that, because your life will go a lot easier and your choices it will feel like a lot easier if you're just honest with yourself that you're a motherfucking witch, or you're a motherfucking psychic medium, or you're a motherfucking healer. Do you know what I'm saying? There's something here about it just admitting, I want to go towards this thing, but I can't seem. Give yourself permission. Holy fuck. Okay? Give yourself permission. My darling, my love. Okay? Please and thank you. Anything else around health and healing? Buy new undies for some of you guys this week. Make sure that you're taking good care of your hair, good care of your skin, your body. Make sure that you're taking good care of yourself this week. And whatever needs to be kind of let go of here, let's fucking let it go. And let's rise up. We're being asked to rise up and take action. This is fucking huge this week. And I think the most important, hopefully, message with this week is that you give yourself permission to go towards what the fuck you want. That's really fucking important. It's time to rise up and say yes to yourself around where you want to go, what the fuck you want to do, and who the fuck you want to be with. Stop pussyfooting around, wondering what other people would think about and what they would expect you to do. What the fuck do you want? Give yourself permission to do the goddamn thing, and do not look back. Cheers. Hi, card pile number 2. You guys got some interesting cards. Let's motherfucking talk about it. First of all, you guys got the Two of Pentacles. I love her. Fucking right, babe. Okay. And then we got the King of Pentacles. Very fucking interesting. Let's get the fuck into it. So let's start with the Two of Pentacles. I also like that you guys have got some cohesion this week of double pentacles here. So there's something about like taking your time, taking it slow, really investing in something here. And I think with the King showing up, being fucking grown about it. Okay. I think with the Two of Pentacles here, maybe something around our finances, home and work balance, choosing between two things. It just feels like, where the fuck is the responsibility this week? But let's get the fuck into it, okay? So whenever Pentacles show up, this is like, I gotta taste it, touch it, see it, smell it to know that it's fucking real. And so with the Earth element, like, it's really asking us, what the fuck are we building? I find that the Earth element too can talk about our children. It can talk about education. It talks about what are we investing in, our finances. Again, what the fuck are we building? With a caveat of like, I also have the patience and the wherewithal to really take my time doing this thing because I want to build it right, which nobody wants to hear ever. I don't care who you are. I don't care what sign you are. Nobody wants to hear, take your time. Hey, for the most part, nobody wants to hear that shit. So all that to say, this week is going to be a huge focus on having patience and what are we investing in whenever double pentacles show up. And again, with this theme around these two cards, and you got the Two of Pentacles, and they're both pentacles. There's something here about finding an even keel, finding the equity, maybe even the justice in something, okay? What is fair? What is balanced? Partnerships. This is going to be huge. What are we investing in, okay? But yeah, that Earth element, like, this is very intentional. Laying brick by brick so that we know that it's built well, and then so that we've got a foundation here that we can launch ourselves from and build that empire that we've got in our brains, our hearts, and our farts. Okay. I think that's important. With the Two of Pentacles here, the number 2 is going to reference the second of a month, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 years. This Earth element moves the slowest, okay? So this is going to feel like months, 2 years. So this can talk about something from even 2 years ago that might be coming up now. Maybe we've been working on something for 2 years. Or this might even reference back, because I read these like the months, possibly to the month of February. We may have been trying to even something out, balance something out, figure something out. It's felt a little topsy-turvy, okay? But I like the Two of Pentacles just because it reminds us that, like, we need some kind of balance here. And are we recognizing, this is also the beginning stages with the number 2 here. And then again, with that possibility here around partnerships, working with others, including working with our own damn self. Are we, when we consider our resources, are we considering ourself a resource too? Side note, okay? Then with the King of Pentacles, this is going to talk about, it's going to be a people-y week. So we're going to be dealing with individuals, possibly here, a male. And so with the Kings, traditionally, this is going to talk about dudes. It doesn't have to. This can also just be masculine and masculine presenting. Okay. And so however the fuck the person identifies, or however this like best describes them, go with the fuck it feels like, okay? Thank you. I just don't want people getting hung up on the whole bullshit of it all. Like, does it sound like your person? Then yes, Thundercats go. Okay? But I like the King of Pentacles. I would say here, usually this talks about somebody our age or older showing up in the scene. And again, this guy is practical, grounded, realistic. I got to taste it, touch it, see it, smell it to know that it's fucking real. Have you ever tried to talk astrology to a Capricorn? Good luck. They're going to call you dumb. Okay? Until you tell them something that blows their fucking hair back. Okay? Then they're like, all right, maybe there's something to it. But you got to keep proving it to the earth signs. Do you know what I'm saying? You got to keep proving. Show me the fucking money. I would say would probably be one of the themes here with this guy too. Okay. So traditionally this guy can talk about like a brother, a cousin, maybe somebody that's older than us, like a father figure, a grandfather, some male here that shows up. This can even be a partner. But I like the stability. I like the security. This is the king of that in the positive sense. He's good with his money. He's good with investments. He sees you as an investment. Okay. And so I'm ready to put my time, my energy, my love, my money, my everything into you. Are you ready for this too? A lot of times when this card shows up, this can talk about an offer coming towards you as well. Okay. So are you ready for this investment? Are you ready to invest in this thing as well? Is this same reciprocal? I like the King of Pentacles here because the Queen of Pentacles, she's going to wait for somebody to come up and offer. Okay. The King of Pentacles is actually, he's going to move slower than fucking molasses. All right. But when he moves towards you, he has thought about this. This is not like last second. Okay. We did not just jump into this thing. And for a lot of times it's a sure bet for them in some type of way. They're hoping. There's always element of chaos, but like they really feel like this thing is a sure bet. I've watched you. I've listened. Your words and actions align. This is what the fuck I want. They can be kind of hung up on looks and the idea of like a trophy person, trophy wife, trophy hubby, trophy person. Okay. And so they may just want to take care of you. You don't have to work. Maybe you just take care of the house and the kids if you guys got them. Maybe just allowing you to kind of just go do whatever the fuck you want to do. But are you ready to be a trophy cutie patootie on somebody's arm? I feel like a lot of people be like, yes, it's my time. Let's go. I've been waiting my whole life for this. Okay. So congrats to those that have been waiting for this, especially if there is a current male here in your sphere that is offering you those things. Also too, with the earth element here, he, she, they is probably going to have, either in their top 3 placements, sun, moon, rising, innermost planets, Mercury, Mars, Venus, or maybe just heavy earth placements within the chart. But we're looking at, again, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Okay. On the negative end with the King of Pentacles, this can talk about somebody that is a miser, that is going to pinch pennies, that is going to give you shit about everything that you fucking do. Can be very controlling, sees you as furniture rather than a person. They own you. Don't like that. Okay. They can be incredibly possessive, obsessive too. Okay. It can go that way. Using money as a way to have power and control over you. The general feelings here of like, this is a person you go towards when you're ready for safety and security, not when you're ready to go out to the fucking nightclubs. Okay. That's King of Wands. Always. I don't, that's King of Wands. This is not him. This is the King of Pentacles. So we're looking for safety and security, but in the negative sense, this could be the most insecure man in the entire world. Okay. And that's why he's so possessive, locked down. You can't go anywhere, do anything, hang out with your friends, have your titties out. All right. That's bullshit. Let me live the fucking way I want to live. All right. Also too, the King of Pentacles can talk about this week, finding that safety and security, taking your power back around your safety and security, and really kind of investing in things that give you your safety and security. You're right, babe. All right. So if we're looking for a yes or no this week, to me, this would be a yes. And especially if we've evened out or we really understand what these two opposing possible forces are with, you know, within our sphere. What are we investing in? Yes to investing. Yes to getting that money. Yes to getting that loan. Yes to going towards education, possibly 2 here. Okay. Or investing in our education here in some type of way. It just feels like with the 2 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, this feels like a yes this week. As long as we've evened out, like what the fuck we're doing here, maybe everybody's on the same plane. Everybody understands the objective and the goal. Everybody understands the goal that we're working towards and that we're building, right? And that we've even keeled something else out here. Okay. All right. Now, if we were looking around love and relationships, for some of you guys might be choosing between 2 people, straight up. Some of you guys might be dealing with an important male figure here where you're like, hey, home or work, what the fuck are you doing? For some of us, our partners here might be like just trying to make money, trying to keep us safe and secure, but there might be a push and a pull here around work versus home. Okay. That can be incredibly difficult, especially if this person's just trying to set up safety and security for the family. That might be their argument. While yours is, well, we want you. We want to spend time with you. And so how do we find that middle ground where this person's making the money that they need to take care of the family while also spending time with the family? Because that's the whole point too, right? So to me this week, it just feels as though we might be having some conversations, especially with the King of Pentacles, around finances. What are we investing in? What are our goals here as a couple? You know, are we on the same page? Maybe also too, the Two of Pentacles here. And we've got a partner. Maybe that makes sense around that sign. Maybe they're starting to make more money than we did. Maybe we're switching spots. Somebody here is like letting us go back to school and work on what we want to go and do, but maybe we let them do that first. So there might be a switching of spots this week. Maybe we're talking about that and like what we're pursuing each personally and how do we help each other reach each other's goals. There might be something where this is your time frame and now this is mine. Does that make sense? Okay. That feels good to me in that sense. That feels really fucking good. Maybe for some of you guys this week, we're finding out that a partner or maybe a father figure here was not good with the fucking money. There's that. Maybe also too, they're deciding, maybe there's a father figure here in some way, shape or form, masculine figure that maybe he's getting older in years, man. And he's looking at his will and like what the fuck he's bequeathing to who and to what. Maybe we've got two kids here, possibly with the Two of Pentacles, maybe deciding who's going to run the business. If he's got a business, who's going to take over the finances, who's going to be the person at the head of the family. Maybe he's choosing who the next patriarch is here in some type of way within the family structure. That's interesting. All right. But to me, this feels like this might be more about finances, money. What are we doing with our possessions? Maybe even two homes, up to two homes. Okay. Property, land, a business. You guys get the jam. And so what are we passing down here? And there might be up to two people that we're dealing with. Somebody might get it. Somebody might not. It might be like two people have to split something here. It feels like it's still getting figured out, to be honest, on that element. So if you guys are encountering that situation, I think that's interesting. Let's see how the fuck that plays out. Okay. But again, there might be this call or reference back to the month of February. Maybe this has been going on since then, or the second of a month, maybe 2 years. You guys get the jam. This just feels as though decisions need to be made and we need to sit down and really think about what's going to bring stability, what's going to bring safety and security, what's going to help make the family stronger, not break it apart. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like to me here, because this is a building. I want to build something and I want to build it well. What are we doing? Maybe also too this week, for some of you guys, we're looking at the finances with a partner and maybe somebody here takes over the finances. Side note. Okay. And so this up and down, topsy-turvy, feast or famine, like we really need to figure this out. Maybe both of you are deciding to go back to work. Both people are working, or again, maybe somebody here is going to go pursue work and education while one person's staying home and taking care of the things. We're splitting up something here. We're trying to even out something here with the Two of Pentacles to make it equitable, to make it good, to make maybe even to repay somebody back here too. So some of you guys, I know that would be more in finance, but maybe some of you guys are getting some money back this week. All right. Maybe some money that we put out might be actually coming back. Also to caveat that like if we are in the position to give two people money this week, maybe understanding that some people can't give it back. Okay. And so are you still willing to give that money to help somebody out here, support them? Okay. Especially if they're struggling financially. I just feel like somebody here might have up to two kids and they're looking for help and support within the family. Maybe they're going to an important male figure here. And they're looking for help and support. How can we help and support the family so that they can get back into a better, more cleared out space? Maybe this is literally giving them a home or giving them land or giving them money or giving them food. What resources do these people need so we can help support them? Okay. I also want to say to some of you guys, what does the family need to get back on track? This is interesting. And so it just feels like maybe the family's been waiting for an important masculine or important male here to stand up and to say something, to invest, to help, to guide. Okay. What would a grandfather do if we were in the same position? Side note for some of you guys. Okay. Oh, whoa. Some of you guys are in love and relationships. Some of you guys are choosing about whether to stay or go. Okay. So this just feels, oof. Maybe for some of you guys, safety and security was the biggest thing. But now we're realizing that safety and security, like I need something more. There's something else I need here. Okay. So maybe we're weighing our options this week around safety and security. What am I ready to move outside of my comfort zone? Or should I go with something that's tried and true? It kind of feels like some of these choices are like better the devil I know. Stay the fuck away from the devil, please. Okay. Stay the fuck away from the devil. What are the choices here that I can actually invest in myself so that I can move forward and find an even ground here? Okay. That just feels really interesting to me. But there is growth in both of these cards. We see both of the flowers blooming. Okay. This woman is in an empowered state. She's standing here and facing us. Both characters are facing us. So there's something here maybe that we have to talk about this week. We've got to face this thing, and we've got to find a way to balance this out. So it's not this all or nothing. This is insane. Okay. Find the stability and the security. Holy shit. But for some of you kind of deciding between relationships and not really wanting the stability and security, I think that that's an interesting choice with all these pentacles. Maybe here we're nervous or we're scared around the safety and security. Maybe for some reason that signifies to some of you guys that like when things are chill or safe and secure, I don't know how to act. That's chaos from your childhood, babe. That's not your partner. Okay? Because your partner and your living situation and your partnerships should have some level of peace to this. This person should be your fucking peace. There should be stability, safety, security within this thing. Not that you're chasing it. It should find you there. Where the fuck you're at. Okay? So if some of you guys are like, oh, it's boring as fuck, I get it. But are you really bored? Because the safety and security has been really fucking good for you. Are you really bored? Or is this your chaos and fuckery from your childhood coming the fuck back up, trying to throw you into chaos because that's what you know, that's what you're used to? I feel like I'm calling a couple people out. Sorry. I'm not trying to be mean. I just want you to look at this before you make a decision that fucks all your shit up that you fucking built. Are you really going to do that for the thrill of the chase or some kind of chaos when we can find that in other ways that are way more healthy, better for us, and won't blow everything up that we have taken so long to build? Side note. All right. Let's look around work and career. This actually feels good around work and career. Again, for some of you guys, maybe you were choosing between two job opportunities. Kind of felt like, what the fuck is going to happen here? I think with the King of Pentacles, it's telling you to invest in one. You got to choose one. And I feel like you know which one you want. This could even be an offer coming towards you from one of these job opportunities this week. And it should be a lucrative offer, babe. If it's not a lucrative offer, this is not it. Also, too, if it's not a lucrative offer and there's the ability to negotiate, you better motherfucking negotiate. Know your goddamn worth. Know your goddamn worth. Can I also say, this just popped up for love and relationships. For some of you guys, please stop centering men. Please stop centering men within your love and relationships. You need to start centering yourself, because then you're going to make better choices around those relationships. Instead of just dudes, stop centering men. This is even if a dude is listening. Stop centering other men. Please sit down and listen to yourself. You know what the fuck is right. You know what the fuck to invest in. Stop centering other men. All right, there's that. Maybe also too in work this week, we're doing that too. Maybe we're done centering men within the work and career sphere. And so like, what's really important here to me around my partnerships, around work? Okay. Maybe also too, something ugly came up around an important male around work. And so we're having to make a choice what we're investing in now. Am I going to invest in this project? Am I still going to invest in that? Or am I going to invest in something else? You know, I think it depends whether or not this person's still a part of that. All right. For some of you guys. But it feels like for the most part this week around work, career, even finances, it feels like you're getting chosen. Okay. Even though you're saying, but wait, I'm not fully balanced here. Well, there's something here about this offer, this opportunity that brings the balance in. Okay. And it gives us something better to work with. Also working with others towards a goal. This is also like, if you want to start your own business or do a creative pursuit, you better motherfucking do the thing. Okay. It's never going to be the right time. It's never. And so if you're like, but Sarah, the US right now, honey, the number one thing they're trying to do is make you scared and hide in a hole. Your fucking sacred obligation to yourself and others, and especially if you have children that are watching, is to not let them take away your joy. Do you understand me? Is to start that business, to go do things, and to not hold yourself back. That is the only way to fight fascist Nazi bullshit. Because they want you scared and running. Don't give it to them. Continue to live your life and be loud and proud and do the things that are calling towards you. Do you fucking hear me? Here is your permission. That's a reoccurring theme, y'all, this week, okay? So I just feel like here, if we need to go to the bank and get help, even if you're like, but I've already had this loan, or my finances don't look that great, I still actually feel like you guys are going to get the thing. I feel like you guys are going to get a yes, even if it's just to one of the things. So go and say yes. Or go and get that yes. Go to the bank. Go to your boss and ask for the promotion. Go and tell them about this idea or this goal that you have for work. Be ready to work with others towards a goal. We need to start working on that. If we're going to move ahead in life, we have to know how to work in partnership with others. But first, if we don't learn that first with ourselves, and we'll get to that in health and healing, okay? But I just feel around work and career and finances. Invest in yourself. There might be education, teaching themes coming up, okay? Financials, maybe even like selling homes, selling land acquisition, construction, landscaping, beautification. Whatever we're starting this business around, there's a creative bent to what we're doing. You need to fucking invest in yourself. And maybe some of you guys, but this would be a secondary business. You can absolutely do it. Make sure that you're on board and everybody else is too. You cannot do this by yourself. We're going to need another person here to help us make sure everything runs smoothly and beautifully. This is also a call to get a hold of an accountant for your work to make sure the finances and the accounting are on fucking point. Okay. Now, if we're looking around health and healing, some of you guys have deep-rooted father issues, and this is some of the reasons that we have issues around finances and money and investment. Because we don't have the confidence to do it. We know our value, okay? Like, we just don't have the confidence to do it. And so this week, for some of you guys, we need to go deeper on a father healing issue. There's something here about investing in you, or you feeling worthy of being invested in by an important male within the family. Maybe this could even be on a more sinister, difficult side, okay? Therapy is needed all the way around, okay? Maybe it was uneven. Maybe father here was in and out. Maybe it was feast or famine. Maybe the money he made was like a whole bunch and then he lost a whole bunch. There's something here having to do with confidence around what I'm investing in around myself, okay? And that if we're having those issues, get into therapy and deal with those fucking themes. Do you fucking hear me? You're welcome. Okay. Also too this week, again, around health and healing, maybe we're weighing what we feel about a doctor. Feels like maybe this doctor is pretty good. Maybe they're older. Maybe they're old school. Maybe they're very traditional. And so maybe they do offer some kind of help here. I really think they might give us up to 2 options. I don't know why, but I do feel like surgery might be on the table this week. Okay. There's also going to be something here around feeling abundant in my body. Loving on myself, doing some kind of body work or breath work here that gets me back into my body and knowing my fucking worth. So there might even be a side note caveat of also working on some mother healing issues around value and finances. Okay. How was your mother? Did she value herself? Was she good with finances? If the answer is no, don't think you didn't pick something up from that. Okay. All right. So we might have healing on both ends here. Maybe for some of you guys around the health and healing, there is a father figure in spirit here that is telling you to invest in yourself, babe. You've been back and forth or like up and down around the way that you feel about you. And I feel like he's coming through today. I can feel my grandfather here. Oh, just personally speaking, saying to you, invest in yourself. Wouldn't be surprised too if this father figure was good with finances and good with investments, possibly even worked in finances here, okay? Play the stock market, something. There's something here about investing in you. You are like the stock markets here in some kind of way. Invest in you. You're the surest bet, babe. And so maybe one of the reasons why you keep going up and down in these fluctuations within confidence is because you're centering men and you're not centering yourself. Again, this is going to go back to some father and father healing shit. You need to fucking face that shit so that you can recenter yourself so that you find the balance here that you fucking deserve. Because you've placed everything on the dude. He's the one in power and not you. Okay? That's only for a certain couple people. Take what resonates and peace out with the rest, okay? I just think with the King of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles with our health here, we might even have up to 2 choices this week. Go get your fucking skin checked. They might take up or remove 2 spots, possibly here. Maybe also too, we're dealing with like our breasts, or we're dealing with our kneecaps or our feet or our butt cheeks. There's 2 of something here that we're dealing with. Maybe our eyeballs, our ears. You guys get the jam, okay? The cockles of our heart. Just feels like here with the Pentacles, like we need to invest in these 2 spaces. There might even be something with hormones this week too, you guys. Some of you guys, we might be getting into perimenopause, menopause. What are we doing around my uterus, the hormones, the whole 9 yards? That feels very heavy. Maybe we've got a male doctor here that's kind of presenting this question. Okay. I need you to center yourself and around what the fuck you want to do with your health. Do you fucking hear me? There's that. All right. I could keep going with these. Guys, for anything else this week, this is about investing in yourself. Stop centering men, please. Even if you're a dude listening to this, stop centering other men. You've got to ask yourself at some point and separate yourself from these dudes. What the fuck do I want? And do I have the confidence to go after this? I think once we stop centering them, others, we're able to recenter ourselves, get that balance back, come into better partnership with ourselves so that we can make better choices. Slow but steady this week. Patience around what we're building, around what the fuck we're doing. This may have been a 2-year build up, possibly, to a lot of the themes that are happening this week. But also, too, this is going to be right off that new moon in Taurus. So I do feel like that new moon in Taurus was very poignant for you guys. What did we learn? What do we understand about our value? What do we value now? And maybe also, what are we ready to invest in? May it be yourself. Card pile number 3. I need a sip of coffee. Hold on. Card number 3. We'll get into it. Hold on. Holy Jesus. All right, guys, a big fucking week for card pile number 3. Holy fucking Jesus. You guys have 2 major arcana cards. Talking about major change, major evolution, major motherfucking movement forward. You guys got the Devil. And then you guys got the Lovers. Oh my God. Ow! Jesus save us. All right, let's fucking talk about it. Let's talk about it, baby. All right. When we have 2 major arcana cards coming up, it's saying the choices that we make this week are not only pivotal, this is going to affect our future in massive motherfucking ways. I wish you could feel the gravity of what I'm saying to you, okay? And especially getting one of the cards, the Lovers, the ultimate card of at a crossroads. Holy Jesus, okay? So the choices we make this week are so fucking important. And if we are going back into a pattern with the Devil here, you are in the wrong places doing the wrong things at the wrong time. We'll get into it. So let's start with the Devil. Holy God. Y'all, we don't fuck with the Devil. We don't. There's a period there where I was reading the Devil as like, what do you define as love? Okay. Because some people see it as possession. Some people see it as being tied to somebody forever. Do you know what I mean? Like some people see it as like one and done for all the reincarnations. Some people are very, very intense about their love connections. But what I've understood of love, what I know to be of love, what I've learned throughout my life, that possession, being obsessed with someone, power and control dynamics in a relationship that are absolutely out of balance. Like, baby, this isn't love. That's just possession. That's an obsession. That's the opposites of love, because love is peace. The Devil is chaos. I want to remind you too that the Devil cannot give us anything. It can't really take anything away, but the Devil comes to kind of influence. And so usually when the Devil shows up, there's a choice, shocker, that we got to make, usually between our safety and security and our happiness and our freedom, Also, too, with the devil, it's saying, are you choosing the pattern? Are you going to just continue down this fuckery and bullshit, even though we all know that the devil's involved and nothing but terrible things happen when the devil is involved? Period. I don't make the rules. That's the Lord. That's the jam. But he influences. And so there's some type of influence rolling in the background, whether that's sex, drugs, rock and roll, drinking, something. There's some kind of an addiction. Maybe even addiction to chaos within relationships, okay? Especially with the lovers present. And so are we just, oh God, especially after these retrogrades, like if an ex came back and you welcome them back in without vetting whether this person was actually doing the work. This might be having a come to Jesus moment now, okay? So I just feel like when the devil is involved, this is never good. This is not love. I don't care what way you fucking interpret it, because none of the themes in this card have anything to do about the other person. This is about obsession with the fuck I want. Love is thinking about the other person first. Obsession and possession is thinking about yourself only and first. Okay? So the devil asks us to look at our patterns to make sure we're not continuing the same fucking cycle, that we're not welcoming back in old patterns and old bullshit. Are we aware of the things that are on play here? And are you aware that you're getting back into maybe an old groove, an old paradigm that is not fucking good for you? Period. The devil also stands for the number 15. So look for these themes to come up around the 15th, but also 1 + 5 = 6. Holy fucking shit. So does the lovers. The lovers is the number 6. So when I tell you, I also love we're one shy of 6. We got a 66, babe. We're one shy. So these themes may come up around the 15th or no later than fucking June. Let's get into the lovers. The lovers is a beautiful card for the most part. Whenever the lovers show up, this is really talking about our relationships. And this is a very romantic card. It doesn't always have to be, though. This could talk about our partnerships in business, love, friendship, family. It's partnerships of all kind. But if you're coming here around love and relationships, like love, like, whoo. Okay, this is the premier love card. This is the card of love, but it's also the card of choices. And the lovers ask us, like, even though we're going into this partnership, are we still considering like ourselves as an individual too? Are we also considering, is there reciprocity here in terms of that? You know, or maybe are we considering another person or centering another person? And so remembering, even though I'm a part of a group or I'm a part of a partnership here, how am I also, because listen, at the end of the day, is this person going to be responsible for the accolades or for your decisions? For the positives or the negatives that come from that. And so if this person is not going to have to deal with the repercussions or the accolades, I get that they've got feelings, but get the fuck out of my face, okay? So whenever the lovers comes up, it's saying to us, are you also considering yourself as an individual too? Codependency belongs to the devil. Codependency does not belong in love, okay? Because there's a certain martyr syndrome that comes through with that shit, right? So, no, that's not love. It's reciprocal and it's reciprocated, or it ain't shit. Okay? That's the big theme this week. Okay? I think with these two cards. But yeah, when the lovers comes up, this is the card of choices. We are literally at the crossroads. Which way are we choosing? And so if we don't know what we want, if we haven't centered ourselves in some type of way here, in a positive sense, knowing what we want, knowing our story, we're just going to keep choosing the other persons. We're just going to keep going down pathways that aren't and weren't and possibly are not for us. But we're doing it because we're so desperate to be in a relationship, or we want to possess something, or just find that safety and security no matter what the fuck. Like, take a deep breath this week. Card pile number 3. Okay, take a deep fucking breath this week and re-examine your intentions. Re-examine what the fuck we're actually doing here, and really get clear on what the fuck the partner believes and wants. And if we are not on the same, if we're not even in the same ballpark, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are we doing? Okay? So, also too, this card stands for the number 6. I'm looking towards the 6th of a month or June. 66, 66, Route 66, babe. Extra points if y'all are driving that this week. So, we're looking for a yes or no this week. To me, the Lovers is a yes, the Devil is a no. So this would be a maybe this week. Are you, yes, if you're aware of your patterns and we're not repeating one, that's a yes. And we're making good choices around getting out of patterns, especially in relationships. That's a yes. It's a no. If you would like to center your partner, or the only time centering somebody else is okay, honestly, is if it's a child, because they should be centered. Your kids should be centered. They should be the most important thing. You gave birth to them. They didn't have a choice being born here. You brought them into this shit. You're fucking responsible for them. You better fucking center your kids. Okay? This is important coming from somebody that was abused as a child. Please center your children in the best way, beautifully, possibly, especially if you have a background in that as well. You got trauma in yours and you know exactly how the fuck it felt. Don't treat your kids the same. That's a weird thing, and maybe that's popping up. Maybe that's relevant for somebody. Pay attention to your fucking patterns so that you don't repeat a pattern here. And especially if we're centering other people, really the only thing that's positive or good here in a sense is centering your child or centering your partner away where you're taking good care of them. They're not the end all be all. They're not the only thing, or you only care about their needs and wants, because you need to care about yours as well. Okay, so there's also a balance kind of theme coming in here. Because, I mean, look at both of them. Ooh! These cards, look, the Lovers was like, I want to be a part of the Devil. Get the fuck out of here, okay? But look at both of these cards. This can either be a binding to each other in a way where it's to your neck and I can't fucking leave, and you gave me a tail. Listen, I know some of you guys would be really into that, okay? We're not trying to kink shame here, I'm just saying. Chill out, okay? This ain't it, all right? Where this one's much better, where we're like holding each other's hands. We're doing this together. We're facing each other. We're looking up towards the heavens, if you will. We're letting spirit guide us here in some kind of beautiful way around good partnership, okay? So it's not to say there's not going to be difficulties, babe, but we got God on our side. This is nothing but difficulties. You're literally in hell and you're chained by the fucking neck. No thanks. And they're even saying, they're facing, this person's like, hey, what do you want to do for the future? Because their arm is going towards the left, the future. They're holding this fire. And so maybe they're also saying, like, you know, letting your good choices kind of take over your more baser desires this week too. Okay. And so, yeah, maybe we want a little tail, we want a little booty, all right? I know your big purr is purring. Hey. But it's this thing going into old patterns that are just going to hurt and harm you. Quit that shit, please. You deserve more, okay? There's that. All right, if we're looking around love and relationships, I mean, do you want real true love, or you just want possession? You just want to be possessed. And again, I know that there's a certain level of that can be kind of hot, that can be kind of exciting, but it's like, when it's your whole fucking, there's this place for that. Do you know what I'm saying? You got those little kinks and things going on. Maybe keep that where the fuck it's relevant, in the fucking bedroom. Don't let it seep outside of that. And so work out those dynamics in the place where it's fucking appropriate. Don't let this person take over your whole entire life, or don't you do that to another person. Especially too this week, I swear to Jesus, if some of y'all have done some love spells on other people, did you even check in to see if that other person cared about you that same way too? Or are you just out here fucking with people's free will? Maybe some of you guys are worried that somebody has done that to you. So I think it's time to cut cords of attachment, to unbind that bind if you've fucking done it. Because I guarantee you this, with the Devil and the Lovers connected, and you've done some type of love spell on somebody, that person, especially if they don't have feelings for you back, like that person's going to humiliate the fuck out of you. Do you fucking hear me? They're going to show you every single fucking day why you shouldn't have fucking done that. They're going to continually choose other people. They're going to make you question your every single fucking move. They're going to make you feel like shit about yourself. You're going to have to put up with things that are going to humiliate the fuck out of you. So quit fucking with people's free will. And if you're going to do a love spell, you better do it on yourself, babe. I really fucking mean that. Let it be au naturel or nothing. Because when you fuck with other people's free will, it will come back around to you. Do you fucking hear me? You heard the warning. Okay? There's that. Really hope you didn't do that at this new moon. I really fucking mean that. And especially, I don't know why I want to say this, but especially if you involved your own blood in that. Message me if you did that and we'll figure it out, okay? I really mean that. I really feel like somebody did that. Message me if you did that and we'll figure this the fuck out. But please, everybody that's watching this and got card pile number 3 and that resonates in any kind of way, if there's even anybody from the past you did love work around, undo that shit. Light a candle and say, guess what? I shut it the fuck down. No more of this. No, reversal of spell. Go get a reversal spell thing, okay? Or talk to your loved ones, guides, and angels, call on your peeps, light that candle, and say, I fucking release this shit. It was a mistake, my B, my A, and I let this fucking shit go because, okay? Extra points too if you got like honey jars, love spells in your room, fucking toss that shit out. Unless it's on yourself, okay? Take that energy and put it back into yourself. Do you know how further along you would be along if you did that? Side note. Okay. Also around love and relationships this week, a lot of you guys obviously are making a choice around partnerships. And so who actually is my piece here? Who actually wants to be my partner and who's been nothing but the fucking devil? Something came to light here for a lot of you guys around your love, relationships, partnerships, friends, family. Something came to light here. Because this also rules Gemini. 6 is Gemini, month of Gemini, babe. You don't want to gossip when it's Gemini season because it's going to get back around. They're also pretty well known for gossiping. Most of the air signs are, okay? But Gemini especially. So maybe we heard some type of gossip. Maybe something got the fuck back around. We heard something and something was made plainly aware. Somebody here is not our partner. They don't give a fuck about us. And they were using us for some of you guys. You thought it was love, but it was not. Okay? So we've got to make an important decision this week. May you choose yourself or your child or children. Okay? Okay. This more around family. Again, man, this just kind of feels like, who are we with here? Who are we actually partnering up with? Who is the devil in the family sense or the friend sense? And like, who actually is a good partner to me? So this is also a huge week around discernment. Are you actually paying attention to your partnerships? Are these good partnerships? Or am I just in old paradigms? Like, what am I doing over and over and over again? That is the definition of insanity. Am I doing something new here? Is this person my peace? Did they make me feel peaceful or did they make me feel drained and full of shit by the time that they leave? Pay attention to the way that you feel this week, okay? Maybe also too, we've got an offer here coming from somebody that's masquerading as love and connection when it is fucking not. So this is especially true if we've got somebody from the past coming back around. Also too, the devil's going to have some, we've got Gemini and we've got Capricorn. So those signs might be important this week too, around relationships, okay? So this is some wild shit, y'all. Just be careful about who you're connecting yourself to, who you're in partnership with. Are we watching their words in action? Are they in alignment? How do I feel after I'm with them? Do I feel more empowered and peaceful and safe? Or do I feel terrified and full of fear and like I have no energy? Pay the fuck attention. Okay? Okay. And stop letting your big purr make decisions. For some of you guys. Because it keeps getting you in trouble. Or maybe for some of you guys this week, we realize whenever I'm drinking or I'm doing drugs or I'm not getting the attention that I want, that I go out and I go back into fucked up ways of being and doing things. Like, you have got to get a hold on yourself. Realize we are at a crossroads and you've got a very important decision in front of you. Do you hear me? Is this really love and peace, or is this chaos and fuckery and continuing a cycle? Definitely from my fucking childhood. Definitely from my fucking childhood. When in doubt this week around relationships, is this a repeat of the past? So when I'm looking at this person, did they remind me of my father or my mother? Is this person bringing up stuff from my childhood and that's why it feels so fucking familiar? Or is this person actually bringing me peace and making me feel good? This is something maybe even brand new that I've never had. And this makes me feel secure within myself. Listen, some people will have that secure relationship, call it boring because they don't understand that peace equals love. Okay. So really, again, this week, this is a great week to get to therapy, take care of those things, get in, talk about roots, what we saw around mom and dad growing up are our caregivers. And are we on repeat or are we making good choices around our partnerships? Please and thank you. All right. No later than June. I really fucking mean that. Okay. Now, if we're looking around work and career, I again, you guys need to be choosing, like, not stop chasing the money. Stop chasing the safety and security. If you go after what you want, what the fuck actually sings to your heart and soul, what you actually want to be in partnership with, the safety and the security finds you. Do you fucking hear me? So I think that this week, this choice around work and career is going towards my happiness, my joy, my peace, instead of chasing that money, because that's all I've been doing. That's all that's happening. Nothing here is changing on that end. And it just makes me feel like I'm chasing my tail. I'm thinking these are good partnerships and it ends up being the same old thing over and over and over again. You guys also might be noticing that within some of your workplaces too, like the same themes, the same bullshit keeps coming up. And so I'm just going to throw this out here. Is working in restaurants really a good idea when not everybody, but a lot of people are balls deep into fucking crazy drugs? When I know I have a past with drugs and I don't fucking need that. Is there something else I can do here? Stop putting yourself in position, claiming it's to get that money, get that bag. But it's really putting yourself back in a position to get abused, to get hurt. It's the same old thing. What the fuck are you doing? Wake the fuck up this week, okay? It feels like around work and career, we need to make a choice. Are we going to go with the devil that we know and keep it the same, which is fucking slowly but surely fucking killing us? And we're having to make terrible fucking decisions within our work and bullshit. Are we ready to say yes to ourselves and what the fuck it is that we do want? Be in partnership with that so that we can rise above this shit, stop the fucking pattern, and start a new one here where we're trusting ourselves. And then watch as the safety, abundance, money, prosperity flows the fuck in. This is being in right partnership with the right people. Also, too, if something here came up around work where something ugly came up around somebody at work talking shit, saying stuff, backstabbing us, bullshit, keep your fucking distance from that person. Just allow it to illuminate you around this person and where the fuck they're at. I would not work with this person. Do you understand me? I do not trust them. I do not feel safe around them. This person is probably presenting one way and has got the devil. The shit that they're fucking doing. Extra points if there's a spiritual aspect to the work that you're doing. Not all practitioners, even though they say they're of God and that they're working with Jesus, not all of them are. Do you understand me? Be careful who you're working with practitioner-wise as well this week. Okay? They're not putting you back into bad mental spaces, telling you to go back to things. You understand what I'm saying? Be careful with the people we're working with, our partners. Vet who the fuck they are. Make sure their words and actions are in alignment. And if somebody shows themselves to you, fucking believe them. All right. If we're looking around health and healing, well, you guys are at a crossroads. Either keep doing the same dumb bullshit, and I guarantee you guys are smoking something, okay? You guys are making the choice between, do I keep smoking cigarettes or do I fucking free myself from that shit? Am I going to keep drinking that I know keeps giving me fucked up shit in my life, or I'm going to choose sobriety? Am I going to choose keep doing the same old dumb motherfucking thing, or am I going to choose a better fucking way? You guys are at a crossroads around your health and your healing. So are you going to continue to, and listen, this would also feel like spiritual bypassing on some level this week too. So baby, if you're in grief, you need to sit down and face that shit. Quit saying it's a low vibration. This shit makes me so angry within my community, okay? I know it doesn't feel good to feel grief, but it is an essential part of the fucking process. And it is also proof to you about how much you fucking cared. Not only is this feeling important, it is vital. So to sidestep or spiritually bypass your feelings is reprehensible. Don't you do that to yourself. Don't you gaslight yourself. You better feel it all, baby. Sit down and feel the fucking feeling that you are running from, because 9 times out of 10, it's giving you the key. No more spiritual bypassing. No more listening to people saying that grief is a lower vibe. Shut the fuck up. Grief is my proof that there was connection, that I loved, that I gave a fuck. Oh God, this shit makes me angry, okay? So this week, no spiritual bypassing. I also want to remind you, happiness and sunshine all the time makes a desert. You want to live in a desert? Because I don't actually think that you do. We need the rain. We need the different temperatures. We need the highs and the lows. We need all of it. The point is feeling it. That's the purpose. To have the experience. So you're really going to hold yourself back from the experience because somebody told you it's a low vibe? Fuck that noise. Feel it, baby, because it gives you depth. It helps you understand. It helps you to grow better as a person, and it gives you something called empathy. Whew. All right. Also, too, this week, I feel as though with the Lovers and the Devil, it's coming down to, I think the choice has always been, is it going to be between that thing, person, place, or thing, or you? I really hope you fucking choose yourself. I really fucking do. Okay. Anything else for health and healing? We got to cut those patterns. We got to stop this bullshit, and we got to choose ourselves. We got to choose love. Maybe even here calling on someone in spirit that we love. I mean, look at them. They're referencing up to the heavens. Okay. I'm wondering here if there's an important female or male in spirit. Doesn't fucking matter. Okay. We got somebody up above. If we're having a hard time making choices, maybe at this point, a lot of you guys are at a crossroads. Do I quit drinking? Do I quit smoking? Do I quit drugs? Like whatever the fuck here, porn. Playing too many video games, eating too fucking, cakes all the fucking time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, in whatever way that we're going to extremes, calling your loved one in spirit for help, and especially if they had issues with the same fucking thing, call on them, because their sacred duty is to help you now, to move out of that pattern, to not pass this on. You deserve to be free, because I guarantee that your person would come through talking about their health, wishing that they had chosen a better fucking path. So, if we know somebody in spirit that's like that, who best to call upon to help me make the right choice? Give me the impetus, give me the power, give me the fuel I need in order to choose what's best for me. And again, this would be a great week to go into therapy, dealing with mom and dad around relationships. What do we see growing up? Getting that therapy, getting that support so we can uproot that, get the fuck out of this mentality that we're in, that chaos equals a win, because it fucking doesn't. And so that we can actually identify and see where real true peace is. You deserve that type of love that gives you the safety and security. So quit chasing it and build it for yourself by making better choices. Guys, for anything else this week, your choices are everything this week. Are you going to continue down the same old pattern, doing the same old fucking thing? Are you ready to choose better and choose yourself and choose love? That's really what the fuck it comes down to this week. No fucking joke, no fucking playing. I'm dead fucking serious. Okay? I love you guys. I believe in you. But it comes down to your choice. So you got to choose what the fuck is best for you. Are you ready to face shit and do the hard things so that you can get towards the goal that's actually singing to your heart and soul, so that you get the peace that you fucking deserve? I hope to God you're ready to say yes. Plant those new seeds. You got this week. You hear me? I love you guys. Let me know how the fuck this was for you. All right? Middle fingers for no, caw for yes. I love you guys. All right? Let me know how the fuck it was. And I'll see you guys out there. Bye.